There's only 2 guys in the world who can do this. The other guy should be getting out any month now. I'm just saying. So if I were to hit that and like all the apps show up, how you, is that the, kind of,
Yeah, but
instead of building this up, let me just say this. You will learn how to get into somebody's locked phone. I don't think you covered your track.
Okay.
I got 1 more to go.
Okay.
But I can only tell by your reaction and all the apps that I see. I'm sorry, where do you work?
AT&T.
AT and what?
AT&T. Yep.
Don't they have prevention for
They do, yeah.
things like this?
Yeah. I'm like nervous to walk away. Like I'm gonna check my bank account.
That's a compliment. Thank you very much. All right, thanks for playing. You have a screen lock?
I do.
Okay. Open it up. Don't let anybody see it. He could be with me. Don't
Okay.
let him see it. Look behind you.
Okay.
Open up.
Like unlock it?
Unlock it.
Okay.
And go to the calculator. Unlock it.
Okay.
Tell me when you're there.
I am there.
Okay. There's no, okay. Now do this. I'm going to have you put in a fake screen, a fake pin code for your
Okay.
screen. So put in any 4 and then the plus sign.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you how this can be used like at a bank or something if you want. Don't let him see it. Don't let him see anything.
Okay.
Okay, that's the fake one.
Okay.
Did you hit the plus sign?
I did.
Okay, now hold it up. Make sure nobody can see behind you. Be paranoid. Okay. Put in the real pin code and then the equal sign. Real pin code and then equal sign. Tell me when you're done.
Oh, I messed up. 1 second.
Okay, start all over then.
Okay.
Start all over. Okay. So right here, put in a fake, don't let him see it. Put in the fake pin code and then the plus sign. Tell me when you're done.
Okay.
You're done? Put in the real pin code now and then the equal sign. Have you done it? Right there. You don't see your pin code anywhere, right?
No.
Okay, hit the C once. Hit the C. Perfect. So you just cleared it, right?
Yep.
Now watch this. I'm going to show you how to get into your phone.
Okay.
Watch. I learned this at a banking ATM.
Okay.
Don't ask me why I know these things. Okay, remember what you did earlier. You hit this a bunch of times like this, right?
Right.
And then you cleared it out.
Right.
I'm going to try to get in your phone now.
Okay.
All right? Okay, I'm already in it though, so close it out.
Okay.
Close it out. Is that closed?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to try to get in right now. Okay, 4 digits or 5? 4 digits? Okay. Okay, I think. Now, the reason I had you do the fake ones, this is what you do to throw off identity thieves at the ATM. You put a whole bunch of fake ones in, right?
Right.
But even with all that, I don't think you covered your tracks.
Okay.
I got 1 more to go.
Okay.
But I can only tell by your reaction and all the apps that I see. I'm sorry, where do you work?
AT&T.
AT and what?
AT&T. Yep.
Don't they have preventions for
They do, yeah.
things like this?
Yeah. $9.99 a month. Mobile insurance. Yep.
There's only 2 guys in the world who can do this. The other guy should be getting out any month now. I'm just saying. But here's what I want you to do. Pretend you're at a ATM right now.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you go up against the wall over there.
Okay.
Make sure nobody sees you. I want you to be extra paranoid. Do one of these.
Right.
That it's an ATM. All right? I'm going to try to crack your banking PIN code.
Ah.
So take this. You're going to
Okay.
put in your 4-digit banking PIN code. I'm joking. Don't put your real banking PIN code.
Okay.
Put in, say, the last 4 digits of that phone.
Okay.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. You probably don't call yourself often.
Right.
So go over there.
Okay.
That gentleman could be with me. So make sure, look to your left. Make sure nobody, look above you. Look above you. There could be a camera. Okay, look below. Look below. Be paranoid. Okay, put in your 4 digits. The last 4 digits of that phone. Okay, put it close to your chest. Put it on your chest.
Okay.
Turn around. There's no way I can know what that is, right?
Definitely not.
You know what shoulder surfing is? You literally look over their shoulder and you see what they're doing. It's just a fancy term for looking.
Right.
I do better than that. I shoulder read and elbow. I can see what you're punching. If I get those last 4 digits, and if that were really your banking PIN code, I could go on a shopping spree, wipe out your bank account, then sell all the remaining sensitive data in a digital dark alley to the highest bidder, but only if it were 2787.
That's it. That's it.
Check your wallet. Good, now we know where it's at. See, if I can get your credit card now and your ATM, Tahiti.
Yeah, Tahiti.
Before jumping into the explanation, let me give a little bit of history based on my research and my homework on the first phase of this 2-phase routine. Michael Murray, a good friend of mine in England, beat me to the punch. Didn't find out until just recently, but I think what I offer is an interesting presentational angle to get somebody's secret banking PIN code. And then the second phase, I think, is just as strong, if not stronger than the first phase. So wanted to tip my hat to Michael for this. And having got that out of the way, let's jump right into the explanation. Okay, the secret is based on a super clever way to get their PIN code from an iPhone calculator recall button. Now, technically, it's not a recall button. You're just cleverly circumventing the system a little bit. And here's how it works. Say, for example, as per your instruction, they put in 4 digits. We'll say 6, 7, 8, 9. Then they hit the plus sign, as per your instructions. And then we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, because they put in another 4 digits. Then the equal sign, and you say, is your number anywhere in there, in the total? And they say, of course, no. Then I say, hit the C, boom, the clear button. And as far as they're concerned, everything is cleared, everything is gone, everything is completely hidden. There's no way you could get their number. Here's the coolest part of all. And this is one of those effects where the method is almost as amazing as the effect itself. Look at this. All you have to do is hit the equal sign. You get your 1, 2, 3, 4, and you get as giddy as a little schoolgirl. That is crazy amazing. Crazy amazing to me. So then I hit the clear again and I'm good to go. So let's put all that together with the presentation. So I start off by saying something about thermal signatures, heat residue from your fingertips on the keypad, and with expensive equipment, infrared equipment, you're able to scan and blah, blah, blah. You say, look, I've got a better way to do this. I don't need all the expensive equipment, and there's only 2 guys in the world who can do this, and the other guy should be getting out any month now, whatever you want to use to make it look like this is not that popular of a secret, not that common of a secret. So having said that, they put in any 4 digits. We'll say again, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you have them do that to cover their tracks. Now, actually, you would probably do that afterwards, but it passes completely by in the presentation. You just make it look like you're putting in a bunch of numbers. Actually, that is one way to circumvent identity thieves who have a PIN camera that's looking down on your transaction, which you're punching into the keypad. So you apparently punch a few in the beginning, and then your real one and the few at the end, and that way they don't know which one you actually punched in. So having said that, you're just doing one set of numbers first, which are the fake numbers. You say, so put in any 4 numbers, and that'll help cover your tracks. Then hit the plus sign, and then say, put your real PIN code for your phone to unlock your phone, and say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hit the equal sign, and don't dwell on this too long. Actually, I think I babbled on a little bit trying to tell you about how to thwart identity thieves. Just kind of get in, get out, do your thing, ask them if the total has anything to do with their PIN code, and they say no. In fact, sometimes I don't even do that, because then it feels too much like a mathematical tabulation. You just take it back and you say, is your number in there? Or sometimes you don't even say that. You just say, hit the clear sign now, or the C, hit it once. Now, it's very important that they hit it only once. If they hit it twice, you're, screwed. They can't hit it twice, because then you can't recapture the number with the equal sign. So oftentimes, I'll take the phone back from them as I say, do you see your number? They say no, your PIN code. Now that I have it in my hand, I'm in control. So when I say hit the C, hit the clear, I can pull it back if they start to hit it twice. So they will hit the C once, Again, I pull it back. Don't be real paranoid about it. Just make it look like you're going into your next phase. Then, this is important. I have a saying, which is, if you can't hide it, highlight it. Don't try to secretly, in this particular case, hit the equal sign with your pinky. You don't need to do that. You just do it right in front of them, hidden in plain sight. So I'm going to hit the equal as I reconstruct what just happened. So I'll say, now, what just happened? You put in 4 fake numbers, then you put in 4 real numbers, then you cleared everything, right? And if you nod, they'll nod. And you say, and as you say that, you're punching in apparently a few, you're hitting the keypad, but what you're really doing is hitting the equal sign. So I say, no, remember what happened from the beginning. You punched in a bunch of numbers, blah, 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 and then I just hit the equal sign. So again, I hit the equal sign, blah, 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 and then you cleared it out and everything was good. As I say, and you cleared it out, that's when I hit this button right here, brings you back to 0, show it to them. So they don't see what you just did. So as far as they're concerned, all you said was, look, you punch in a bunch of numbers, then you hit the clear sign, and everybody's happy, right? There's no way I could know what that is. So now to give this some plausibility so it doesn't look like a magic trick, I like to do this. Like you're looking for their fingerprints, or you're looking for, again, this heat residue. You leave it kind of nebulous. Don't get too detailed with it. And it's kind of like the movie Entrapment with Sean Connery, and they have this device. You can even say, if you've seen the movie Entrapment, and he's kind of do this stuff, just don't dwell on it again too long, but you already know what the number is. So at this point, you go to the unlock feature. You know, you close the iPhone, let them close the iPhone, and you say, I'm now going to try to get in. So you get to the feature where you have to punch in the numbers. I don't have that on this particular phone, but hit the 3 first numbers that you remembered in there first, turn the phone, and you're going to hit the 4th one right in front of them. And you're kind of being a little dramatic about it, not sure if it's really accurate. Oh, and by the way, sometimes I'll say, I know which 4 numbers you punch, I just don't know which order, but I'm going to take an educated guess. Again, keep it nebulous. Keep it, just don't be too detailed about it. Sometimes I'll hold their wrist and have them point their finger and say, just by feel, you're fighting me on this, you're fighting. You don't want me to go near it? Oh, that's the one you're fighting? And I'll use their finger to punch the last button. And it is so crazy dramatic when all the apps show up and it opens. I've done this for big audiences up to like 200, 250 people, and they can clearly see that the phone is opened and there's an audible gasp. And people freak out. It's fantastic for close-up. It's great for stage. It's one of those phones that totally make you look like you can do exactly what you just did. And they don't, here's the best part, they don't remember the tabulation, the calculation, the mathematical part. The only reason you're even saying, of course, the reason you're bringing up the calculator is because the keypad resembles their keypad. And it just makes it easier to, to do the trick. You can't do it without the calculator. So that, and now here's another way to cover your tracks completely, to make it look like the keypad, the calculator really didn't have a whole lot to do with it, and that the addition and the equals didn't have a whole lot to do with it. This is fantastic. Now check this out. Once I finally get in, and there's an offbeat where everybody's relaxed and they're freaking out and they're marinating in the moment, I will quickly hit the phone, and if it's in the contact section, all the better. I'm ready to go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit the clock feature, the numbers up here. Let's say it says 11:42 a.m. If I hit that, everything scrolls up automatically. I won't have to do this, or I won't have to do that to get all the way to the top. So say if the last call they made is down here in the W's, I don't have to scroll all the way down like this. In other words, right there, it's done. It scrolls all the way up to their phone number. You remember the last 4 digits of their phone number. Then you hit this again, this area, and you take it right back down where it was to cover your tracks, just in case they happen to open up and look and see, oh, that's how we got it. My phone number was at the top. They won't go there, though. So if you put all that together from the beginning, I'll show you how to get in and how to get out. So once it opens up and they're freaking out, you quickly hit this. And then, say, for example, it was in recent. You want to get over to contacts. So start from the beginning. So you hit this green button here. and you're in recents, quickly go over to contacts. Say they're in the W's or the R's or the S's, quickly hit the time up here. That takes you to their phone, and you see you look at the last 4 digits. Say it to yourself over and over and over and over again. Mine's easy because, wait, we're going to blur this out. This has got my phone number. So you see their phone number right there. Go back where you were before, quickly hit this, and you're done. And you're doing this all in the guise of looking for the calculator again. So from the very beginning, let me just explain this. You can do this to get to the calculator. That's a quick, easy way. You're not supposed to know that. Now, granted, you're some kind of brilliant identity thief hacker. You should know that, but you still want to be a little bit ignorant, and here's why. Because when you hit this one, and then this, and you quickly get to their phone, and you do this, and you get back to there again, why were you doing all that? You're doing all that because you're apparently looking for the calculator, which is right here. But if they've got a lot of apps and you can't find it, you're going to need their help. So this is the reason for doing it. So from the front, here's how I'm doing it now. They're freaking out, they're having fun, they're looking all over the place. I'm going, now where the heck, where is that calculator? Can you just help me with that? You didn't see any of those transactions I was doing. Apparently, I was just looking for the calculator, and that's all they know, and that's all they remember. You've covered your tracks completely, and now you've got their last 4 digits of their phone number. So you let the dust settle a little bit. You answer all the standard questions. How did you do that? That's amazing. Where do you learn that? Blah, blah, blah. Then you transition into the second phase. You say, let's do it again. Or sometimes they say, let's do it again. Even better when they say, let's do it again. Okay, we'll do it again, but let's pretend you're at an ATM. I want you to go over there, the standard 10, 12 feet away. Go way over there, and I want you to get the calculator again. And I want you to punch in, say, notice the acting, notice the pausing, put in, say, here it is, put in the last 4 digits of your phone, of that phone right there. They think you're just making that up on the spot. They have no idea that you're already 1 step ahead of them. And so say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have them go over there, and you make a big deal about this because you're only going to do it once more. And it becomes progressively more impressive because you didn't do these calculations with the plus and the equals and all that stuff. So look to your right, you tell them look to your left. Okay, start to look below you, make sure there's no camera up there, make a big deal about it. So they punch it in, you get them to put it close to their chest and everything. So my presentation in the very beginning is about shoulder surfing, where you simply look over somebody's shoulder to see what they punched in. So when you say that in the beginning, very briefly, and then bring it up again at the end, it's a really neat callback. So on the second phase, remember this whole thing, shoulder surfing, take the phone, go over there, pretend there's an ATM, they're 10 to 12 feet away, make sure I can't look over your shoulder, blah, blah, blah. And then I explain shoulder reading. I'm reading your shoulder and your elbow, and I'm watching which ones you punched in. Now, obviously, I can't see, but I can sense. So you have to give it some kind of plausibility of how you can do this. Because again, you're not a magician here. You're not a mind reader. This is not a trick. This is an actual skill. This is a super forbidden skill that nobody should know. Again, there's only 2 people in the world who can do this. So, and then you say, based on this, let's say you turned around and say you hit this one. You're just recalling it in your head. And then I say, if this were your real PIN code for your bank, and that's another thing too. You make it seem, though, this is the PIN code for their bank. And you say, obviously, if this were you wouldn't say obviously, you would say, if this is the real PIN code for your bank, let's see, and I got the number correctly, I could wipe out your bank account, go on a shopping spree, and then sell all the remaining sensitive data in a digital dark alley to the highest bidder, but only if it were 1, 2, 3, 4. They completely freak out on that because, again, there's enough time delay. They don't remember you were even in their phone in the messing. Well, the bottom line is they don't know that you know their phone number. It's that simple. So you covered your tracks completely. There you have it. All I got to say at the end is Michael Murray beat me to the punch for the first phase. The second phase is, like I said before, just as strong, if not stronger. Put it all together, and you've got a potent 1-2 punch for close-up and for stand-up. Okay, to make this extra clear, I'm going to hit the bottom left button. That's the phone right there. That takes me to the contact section. Now, say, for example, they were in the recents. I want to get from recents over here to contacts, and from the contacts, I want to scroll all the way up to A, so I can see their phone number. I'm going to hit the time right there. That scrolls it all the way up in one fell swoop, and then I notice the last 4 digits there. Then I'm going to go back here to where they started. I don't have to be exactly where they were. I just want to get away from the phone. So I hit something down here in the bottom right. So there's W's and there's P's. Just get away from their phone, close it up, and you're done. This entire routine was designed with an iPhone in mind, but Justin Miller came up with a clever way to do it with an Android using the history function. So either use that as a clue and try to figure that out on your own, or somehow, some way, contact Justin, and he will walk you through it. And you know what? 50%, I'd say probably at least 50% of the people have iPhones. You shouldn't have a problem getting started with this in any size crowd from 2 to 200. I should also mention that when it comes to anything and everything with iPhones, how to get someone's PIN code, how to get 2 PIN codes, think Michael Murray. He is, in 3 words, brilliant. Crazy, amazing stuff.